Bosnia and Herzegovina, one of Europe's least visited countries, is frequently overlooked when planning a hike through Europe. It, like many Balkan countries, is overshadowed by more popular attractions in Western Europe. Nevertheless, this is not due to the absence of natural beauty, heritage, past, accessibility, or any value that makes a travel destination great. There is something for everyone in this country, with its beautiful mountains, gushing white rivers, crumbling medieval castles left in ruins, enormous and plentiful waterfalls, and affordable yet surprising ski slopes. And what meets the eye is only half of what there is to see and do in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Keep on watching to find out which tourist attraction would make you feel like you're in a fairy tale. Number 1. Sarajevo Bobsled Track. Made in 1982 in preparation for the Winter Olympic Games, which Sarajevo had a distinction of hosting in 1984, this 4,000-foot bobsleigh and luge track became a type of emblem of national pride in Bosnia and Herzegovina. It gained a lot of attention due to the natural landscape and a plethora of events that were held around the track's vicinity during the global games. The track was then able to be used for various World Cup-related activities a few years later, and it appeared as though the investment in the track would bear fruit for a long time. Even so, after which the Yugoslav Wars began in 1991, and like a large portion of the country, the track turned into a battlefield. The nature of the track being curved and inclined made it a prime view position in the war, and it was destroyed over the course of several years. The entire structure had become enveloped in bullet holes, and due to its natural surroundings, picturesque surroundings, and a wide range of events held close to the track during World Games, it attracted a lot of attention. The track was then able to be used for various World Cup related activities a few years later, and it appeared to be through the investment of the track would bear fruit for a long time. Number 2. Watermills of Medjugorje. All those wooden shacks used to have essential use years ago. Now they are a reminder of how life used to be. The small town of Kravice in central Bosnia has always been a center point of activity. The town has achieved international recognition for its magnificent waterfalls in the center of town, which is located on the confluence of the Kravice and Verbus rivers. It was originally the capital of the Kingdom of Bosnia. Given the tranquil surroundings, waterfalls, mountains, deep valleys, fortified city walls, and castles, it is a popular tourist destination today. Thousands of travelers come to this city to begin their Bosnian journey. As well as if you go further down the river and close to the Pliva lakes, folks will find those same huts which sit above rapidly moving water, a symbol of the inventive engineering of simpler times. Rather than employing one large water wheel, these simple water mills use the power of many smaller machines in order to ground local farmers' wheat into flour, an excellent idea of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Number 3. Kravis Waterfalls. Kravis Waterfall is situated deep within the heart of Europe's last remaining jungle, creating a scene that one might anticipate finding in South America or Africa. Who knew the famed Iguazu Falls had a sibling fall, and that it was hidden in the Balkans of all places? This impressive feat of Mother Nature drops as far as 85 feet and expands nearly 500 feet across several falls along the cliff's edge. There's even a rope swing. The most convenient way to see Kravis Waterfalls is on a day trip from Mostar, a well-known tourist destination in southwest Bosnia and Herzegovina. It is like a miniature replica of the Iguazu Falls, but without the hordes of people that South American falls get now. Visitors can participate a trip to attend this incredible area, but most folks will indeed suggest renting a vehicle and even negotiating for just a reasonable cab ride to the falls instead of being trapped with such a group in this magical place. Make sure you bring your camera, this is the photolistic dream. Number 4. Starry Most. Speaking of Mostar, a journey to Bosnia and Herzegovina wouldn't be complete without a stop in this charming fairy tale town. And the prized attraction? Overlooking the Neretva River. The old bridge joins the town's two sides. The old bridge of Mostar, or Starry Most, was demolished in a matter of seconds during the Yugoslav Wars by Croatia in November of 1993, yet its construction beginning in 1557 took 9 years to complete during the Turkish Ottoman Empire. Beautiful because of its simplicity, a single 100-foot-long, 70-foot-high bridge arching over the river, Starry Most was emblematic of the city of Mostar. Wherever the bridge went down, sadness befell the people of the city, and that's why the building began at the beginning of the new millennium to reconstruct the once majestic structure to its former splendor. The bridge was once more finished in 2004, and today it remains a symbol of Mostar, and many visitors and residents alike prefer to spend time around the bridge, soaking in its beauty and its meaning. Number 5. Historic village of Polje. Occasionally named the Pearl of Herzegovina, this same ancient village of Polje is a quintessential vacation spot en route from Dubrovnik to Mostar. It sits close to the border with Croatia, about a short drive from Mostar. Polje, which sits in a national amphitheater and was once a significant town from a strategic standpoint, is situated on the left bank of the Neretva River, which incidentally also flows through the river of Mostar and directly beneath the Starry Most. This is still visible due to the fortified stone wall and fortress that are still standing. Other notable sites include a historic mosque and a bell tower with breathtaking panoramic views. Number 6. Zellhava Air Base. Obakak 505, as it is formerly known, within the west of Bosnia and Herzegovina, which shares a border with Croatia, is the largest and deepest airport base in the country. Comparable to what you might expect to see in Area 51 or Star Wars, Zellhava Air Base served as a tactical command center for the Bosnian and Herzegovinian defense systems during the Yugoslav War. The airbase, which was covertly built in the middle of the 20th century for a staggering $6 billion, 3 times the combined annual budgets of Serbia and Croatia, the 2 largest armed forces in the Balkans, became a military wonderment and was even designed to withstand a nuclear warhead blast. A few years later, the Yugoslav National Army chose to disable it by detonating internal explosives in order to stop anyone else from using it. Unfortunately, getting to this site has grown quite difficult as a result of the refugee crisis in Europe. Because of its location near the border, many police patrol the region, and if caught, you'll have to pay a fine. Though, we still think it's worth seeing if you have to risk it. Number 7. Sarajevo War Tunnel Museum. As with most attractions around Bosnia and Herzegovina, there is a heavy military conflict impact with much real history surrounding the site. As you can see, violence and a troubled past have had significant influence on this nation, and as we stated, the history is evident today. The Sarajevo War Museum Tunnel is yet another example of the historical past becoming such a part of the country's present. The building of the tunnel, which was codenamed Obakak BD, started in 1993 to protect a huge part of the city from Serbian siege. The tunnel was brilliantly excavated by labor and shovel, and as you will be able to observe upon visiting. Within a week of diligent work, as well as hours and hours of occupation by laborers who have been paid in tobacco products, the 2 sides of the tunnel finally got to meet in the dog days of July to create a 2,500-foot shelter, which was bolstered by steel and concrete. To successfully complete this, a tiny railway was built to shuttle food and other supplies to those seeking refuge. It still serves as a tribute to the soul of the Sarajevo populace. Number 8. Bosharshia. The main draw of Sarajevo is the old bazaar, Bosharshia, which is situated along the banks of the Medjugorje River and features one of the few remaining examples of Oriental architecture style in the Balkans. The word is made up of 2 words, translated to Main Street. In this, you can find all sorts of crafts and artisan work ranging from ceramics to jewelry and metalwork. However, many of the old artisan shops have now been converted to tourist souvenir shops and cafes to suit their visitors better. You can find your way through a series of narrowed streets and even try your bargaining skills against the locals. Number 9. Cable car in Sarajevo. If you have a thing with heights, then you should definitely try your way to Trebevic cable car. In fact, many people see it as fun because you get to experience incredible views from the city. Additionally, if you ride the cable, you can visit Trebevic Mountain. For others, the cable car symbolizes the city, launched in 1959, but it was eventually destroyed during the siege. However, it was then reconstructed a few years later and became public in 2018. The ride lasts about 7 minutes, and the great thing is, you can get out either at the top, or if you prefer just to stay in the cabin and make your way back down to the city. It's an iconic spot that many people visit, and if you're not in the mood to walk around, you can complete the entire ride in some 20 minutes. Number 10. Dervish Monastery in Blidinje. If you're looking for that perfect fairy tale scene, 15 minutes by car from Mostar lies the iconic Dervish Monastery in Blagov. Considered a popular bus stop trip from Dobrovic to Mostar and makes for one of the best day trips from Mostar. Locals usually call it the Blagov Takira, a beautiful set of historic buildings and natural features at the Buna River Spring. In fact, people believe it to be so beautiful and magical that this has become a national monument in Bosnia and Herzegovina. People have created lovely monasteries all across Europe, but this is one of the most magnificent. This Dervish monastery, built in the 16th century in the Ottoman style, is serenely situated at the base of a massive rock wall. It's a magical place as you'll find anywhere in the Balkans, and the river is lined with eateries, making it a great place for a leisurely meal. With a country full of hidden gems and a region that is growing popularity every day? Also, check out this other video if you want to go to San Marino. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more of our top 10 picks.